Hi, I'm Chucky, and I'm wondering if I shouldn't get myself a loading screen of some sort. Wait, I just got an idea. Hold on. Probably could have fixed this before I went on stream. There we go. So that it's not distracting for you all. Right, so I am playing The Guardian Legend. Not The Guardian's Legend, as I think I've called that my entire life. Hold on, let me see, cause... Okay, it's working. Now, this game had one very big flaw. That's just... Wait. Why am I not allowed to... God fucking damn it. Hold on. I did not think my gamepad would get... Xbox One for... Okay. Load. Save. I wonder. Does it work now? It does not. God fucking damn it. No matter what I do, apparently I always end up with scuff. Alright. It is detecting them. Okay. Save. And it's still not working. Why is it... Wait. So it's... Wait! Oh, it's working. I thought this was another preview. Because back in the day, right, a lot of the games would just show you a preview if you were... You know, not gonna... Hold on, I need to see, because I'm gonna fully admit I will use the shit out of save states. Quick load, quick save. Okay, I and P. Hold on, so I is quick save. Good! For the sake of, you know, not losing our fucking minds. Because this is the kind of like... Actually, no, I don't... This game doesn't send you back to the loading screen, but it does... give you quite a... It does send you quite a way back, and there's really no point in just you watching me walk back to a, you know, to a corridor to attempt it again. But yeah, this game is actually a... So there's a couple of reasons why I love it, and I think that I can pause it here, and just... Even with the enemies on screen... Now, what you need to understand is that even though I had the cartridges, I did not have the manuals. So what I saw was what I got. Now, this was both not a problem and a problem when you were playing games back then, because they used to be way simpler, which meant that you could just like push buttons and figure shit out. But some of them, like, you would not be able to figure out things except by pure accident, like how the Tanuki suit is not just the recolor of the fox suit, like the fox leaf suit, but in Super Mario Bros. 3, but you could actually use down and B to become invincible. But it's not the case here, because they do actually have a fair bit of exposition for a relatively action-heavy game. Now, that's just design, but the whole manual bit was to underline that, you know, like, this had to do, like, the rest with my imagination. And what do you see here? Because what I see is one of the things that I have, I believe, talked more than enough about liking, which is technology that is almost like lacking in humanity, you know, like this huge volume of kind of like metallic tendrils, you know, almost like a mechanical abomination, to say nothing about the creatures, which, like, here they seem to be sentient, or at least, you know, to have some sort of self-drive, but they are in no way something that we understand as alive. Oh god, I wonder if YouTube let me know that I'm streaming. Oh my god, YouTube, am I streaming? Really? Sorry, I can't not sass every time this happens, because there is no way to, like, turn it off. So this is one of the, like, first things that instilled in me this fascination with this kind of design. The second reason I really fucking love it, other than, you know, the gameplay, because the gameplay works pretty fine, is this fucking music. Because I finally sorted my shit out, you can hear it. And lastly, honestly, this game has a not so bad difficulty curve. Like, it starts you off pretty harshly, you know, it's a pretty strong intro, and it is part of the reason why one of the, like, whenever I have to design an intro for like one of my campaigns, I usually tend to like design it off the deep end. You know, I'm quite a fan of the Lost Mines of Phandelver intro myself, you know, the goblin ambush. So yeah, this game isn't fucking around. Like, as you can see, I have like 2 more hits in me before I'm fucking dead. Though luckily this boss shouldn't be too difficult, it just kind of takes a while. So that's you know, that's alright. Now, obviously, this game is pretty fucking old, and it's honestly, I think it's a dead franchise, just straight up, because I haven't heard of anything about it other than like a remake that one Russian dude is making. Which, you know, I mean, no knock on him. It's awesome that people care enough about this game to give it an HD treatment, but oh fuck. Those are healing things, by the way. I mean, it's obvious, it's a heart. Man, I like this music too. See, there was literally no point to not use the quick save. But yeah, these things I've always assumed they were meteors, but they also have kind of like, at least to my mind, they have a skull-like effect. So yeah, this game pretty banging. Not gonna lie, I really like it. Oh dear. And I hope that like the huge assortment of kind of like random, vaguely space-themed enemies hurtling at you. Because here's another thing, right? Later on in my playthrough of Depths of Sanity, I compared the enemies in that game to... Oh, yeah, right, I have a turbo option. Hold on, let me just fix that real quick. There we go. Gamepad input. So I need the B button. Turbo B, and I'm gonna put it on Y. Save. Alright, let's see how this works. Holy shit, this is faster than the Turbo I used to have. Because on the NES, like you'd have Turbo wasn't like a native feature of the default controller. It was a an add-on that I would have, because like the NES was this huge lumpy thing with oh god, this is way better. Holy shit. I've replayed it recently before playing it now on stream. And we have now made it onto the planet. We have made planetfall. I'm gonna... I mean, you see here. But we were invaded by evil life forms. Everyone except me was killed. I'm going to try to activate the self-destruct device, but if I fail, I would like you to do this task so this cannot happen to any other race. The self-destruct mechanism is protected by a safety device, which is located in the underground corridors. Remove each seal and go deep inside Naju. If you destroy all 10 safety devices, the self-destruct sequence will be activated. I don't have much time. I hope this message will not be read by anyone, that it will mean that I have failed. Yes, this game has basically logs. I always exit on the right side, and I don't know why I think it's because there's a pickup here which gives you speed. There is a round creature in this room. It will give you items in exchange for power chips. Because it like tutorializes its stuff, which, you know, it works. For 50 chips I can buy this item, but I do not want to buy this item because this item is not... Well, you usually don't... Wait. Oh yeah, right, that's the way this weapon works. So yeah, this is the other half of the gameplay. We've been introduced to the shmup sections, and now this is the overworld section. And this is the hub of the game. Basically what you gotta do is you just explore this area. There is plenty of power-ups to be picked up. Oh dear, the boss? I don't remember it being one here, but yeah, let's kill it. Oh, it's this thing. This is quite possibly one of the like easiest bosses to deal with, because it does literally nothing. Like, those are the basic ass enemies. That you gotta admit, that's a pretty gruesome looking thing. It's like blood red, you know, it looks like it's made of flesh, and it's got that it has what looks like a fucking what's a Momo face, you know, the Momo sculpture. But yeah, this is the other half of the gameplay, where you will explore the overworld with the objective of... Wait, I wonder if there's anything near that end. Of, like, gathering your powers and then challenging the... Oh yeah, right, it's probably a... Yeah. This is a teleporter with a key. I need to unlock the keys by beating corridors and progressing. I really love this game's music, but yeah, I think there's a red lander somewhere over here. Well, there's a blue lander shop in here. These things are called a blue lander, and they're infogames, however they're called. The guys that made this, it's their mascot. I'm certain there's like a red lander that I can get someplace. Now, one of the less fortunate bits of this game, or more fortunate depending on how you look at things, is the fact that it is very fucking buggy. Like, seriously buggy. But I mean, you know, some of those are in your interest. So yeah. Also the fact that this game actually has... I put some weapons in these boxes, take them out to the boxes to use them. Some weapons have been stolen by some of the life forms. If you need these weapons, you will have to destroy the life forms. All weapons need power chips. You must search for them. Yeah, This game, you know, like I've said, this game has a fair bit of, like, writing to it, which, if you've played any, like, NES game, or if you have any idea of how NES games usually are, you can probably assume that, that you probably have an idea that it's not really all that common. Now, I'm trying to remember, because this game does, like... Oh yeah, this is another boss. This game does a kind of Castlevania thing, I think, where your money, specifically I think Simon's Quest, is also... Wow, that was, like, even easier than it should have been. I'm looking, because... Oh, there it is. See, these red landers are probably my favorite pickup in this game, because they increase your chip maximum, and your chip maximum, like... The more chips you have, your shot gets upgraded, which means that you can, you know, you can shoot stronger. And this is kind of what makes this game's like, how do I put it, weapon mechanics, I guess, interesting, I feel like. Because it's always a... Wait. Oh yeah, another cool thing. Normally, most open world, or, you know, the Zelda style games, because this game is Zelda-like in the sense of you have an open world and you go to dungeons to kill bosses, except instead of uh, puzzle based exploration dungeon, you do a section with banging music, might I add. Well, I guess that's a thing that's in common with both of them. But um, it literally shows you the current available corridors, the dungeons that you're supposed to beat. And holy fucking shit, that's not all that common in NES games. Now, another cool thing, I said that unlike Zelda, you don't like have puzzles, right? But that's kind of a lie. See, this corridor, this door needs to get opened in order to actually, like, get in there and progress the game. But it doesn't open, and nothing that I seem to be doing, or not everything that I seem to be doing, is opening it, because each corridor has their own mechanic on how you open it. For this one, it's pretty simple, actually. You're kind of shooting all the time, and you have logs which hint to you how to fix them. There's also an infamously cryptic one, and that's not all that helpful. But for this one, it's pretty easy. And you also get the feedback of, because this normally doesn't happen. Like, if I shoot these, they don't react. But I just shoot it, and it opened. And you do get told that, like, you explore around and you find a log which does tell you. Now, you can also just fuck around and find out, because outside of that one specific... Hold on, let me save. Because outside of that one specific case where you have the dick seal, which doesn't really... which, it's not gonna lie, it's got me stuck when I was young. And I'll let you all know when we get to it. But outside of that, I mean, mostly, like, you can just fix it using... what just happened is that I leveled up, because in this game, score isn't just for score, because why... It wised up, not gonna lie. I feel like this game, I don't know, it has quite a handful of really fucking good ideas for its time. Including, like, making score actually useful. Once every however many scores, however many points, your health will increase. However, because, like I've said, this game is pretty fucking buggy, you also run the risk of... Well, you don't run the risk, because normally it shouldn't happen, but past a certain score threshold, which I think is just like 99999 and so on, it just bricks your game, basically. So yeah, don't grind. It just get good, mate. But yeah, so outside of, like, that one infamous corridor, which I'm pretty sure anyone who's played this game is gonna like can tell you about. Most corridors you can probably just, fuck around and experiment with your own inputs, because there's like 2 buttons, like 3 ways of shooting, and like 4 or 5 things to shoot. And there's also the option to not shoot. Like, it's not really that complicated. Additionally, one of the things that I really fucking love... So I've said that this game's OST is a banging OST, and... without me yammering over it, I'm assuming that you could probably hear that. Actually, I'm gonna do that for the boss. There we go. Right. So, outside of that, man, this area's music is just awesome. But yeah, even on top of that, what I really fucking love about this game is the fact that the sound effects are so fucking satisfying. Like, you heard the way those shots sound. Like, it communicates really well and really clearly what what you're doing to an enemy, whether you're just kind of like dealing damage to them or dealing damage to something, or you're dealing like big chunks of damage compared to, you know, or if you're dealing none at all. And oh wait, listen to this. Maybe it's just what it does and what it's done for me. These engines slash I they look like engines to me, but I think they're actually batteries or tanks of some sort. Just listen to this. Dude, that's just happiness. But yeah, I'm gonna actually let a loop of the song play in each area just so you can hear how good they are. It's so difficult to just sit in silence and just let them play. Oh yeah, this thing, is it just me or does it look like a fucking panda? It looks like a panda, right? I'm not. But yeah, let's I'll do a showcase of each weapon I get whenever I do so. This is one of the worst ones because, like, look what it does. Though there are enemies against which it can be useful, specifically bosses, because bosses are like, I mean, most enemies have their kind of own mechanics, which is really, which, you know, it's not bad for the time. Um, by the way, so I'm just gonna like share, like I'm gonna call each of them like what I saw them as when I was young. This is just a fucking flower, and I remember not really liking it because this is what it does, and it just continues to do it. Uh, and you can't even turn it off like properly. Also, just want to show you that if you don't like, if you don't want to stick into a fight, even though you've already committed to it, you can just diagonally walk through. Now, yeah, I picked up. This is just a laser sword, and this is a double laser sword. Both of them are good in like the overworld because they deal a lot of damage. And lastly, there we go. And lastly, we have this thing, which is just like the flower, but it goes forward and it doesn't like continuously drain you. I'm just gonna look for some chips to to get my big shot back, because this is what makes kind of like, there's points in the game where you really don't want to use your weapon, because like your special weapons, because you're just gonna degrade your main shot, and your main shot is also your main source of damage. Oh dear. I'm not the only one who think that thing looks like a fucking vegetable, right? Like a, I don't know, like parsley root. You know, I learned recently, I've learned far later in life than one would expect, that not like parsley root is not eaten like everywhere in the world, as like isn't used as a cooking ingredient everywhere in the world, and that's a bit strange, because like I don't know, it just kind of feels weird, because you like, I'm assuming that most parsley has, even like the one you use over there in the States, for example, it has like, you know, a reasonably big root, and it's so weird to me that it didn't occur to anybody to just fucking, you know, shove it in a pot and cook it, or it doesn't seem to commonly occur to people. These things are fucking vicious, man. By the way, each area is apparently themed. This is one of the weaker aspects of the game, namely the maze, specifically, because, I mean, y'all can see it, right? Wait, where the fuck is the boss? Because I was looking for the, like, crab-looking boss. Either way, I think that the mazes are probably, like, in design, the weakest area of the game, because, well, I mean, you see how repetitive these textures are, right? There's not much cool shit to see. Oh, there it is. Fun fact, when I was a kid, I'd always thought that this thing's hair, like, I mean, I just gave it away, that big pincer that it is shooting its balls out of was actually hair. And we have gotten our current best weapon for the moment. This is the fireball, and it just shoots a extremely powerful and slow-moving projectile. Where did I take that from? Powerful and slow-moving projectile. Either way, I also love that those like contact sounds. Well, love is a bit much said, but design-wise, I think that it's really cool that, like, you have, you know, enemies that kind of bump into you and you hear just like a paw. It's almost like they should be scared of taking contact damage from you rather than the other way around. But then there's also enemies that really fucking hurt. Oh, this fucking spider. Wait, let me actually show what it does. But before that, I need to get myself health. Hey, you're also invulnerable while that happens. That's nice. Let me just show you why this is potentially one of the most scary enemies in the game. Because they'll just keep getting more and more and just coming closer and closer to you. It's quite horrible. But yeah, this will be the second boss, which I believe is... Oh wait, this is an optional. Well, let's go. This is how an optional corridor looks. Like 11, 12, 13, all the way to 19 are optional corridors. Oh shit. I need to stop accidentally pressing this button. So see, this is see, get it, because we're underwater. This is the problem with this game's maze, in that, like, it's pretty clear, you know, once you're in a corridor what the area is supposed to be about, but not when you are in a not when you are in the area itself, in the maze itself, because it's just like a color. I guess you can maybe guess based on the enemies, but otherwise, and it's a bit of a jarring distinction, whatever. Hold on, I'm gonna check my phone again. I'll get bent. Oh fuck. And yeah, this boss is like this boss type, I want to say, because you won't face, like, there will be reused bosses. You will have bosses that use the mechanics of like previous bosses, or just like recolor versions of a previous boss. It's just the nature of the beast with a game with these many enemies. Honestly, compared to Gardic, like, this game's a really fucking cool sequel. Oh yeah, does anybody else see a genie when they see these blue floating things? Because they look very genie-like to me. this music is even more severe because you now you know that this boss means business. Fun fact question mark is that shots have priorities. Like, I can just hold on, let me see. Okay, I'm currently not at that point, but if you level up your weapons enough, certain weapons can actually destroy enemy shots. And I know specifically with this eye guy that, yeah, you saw how much damage that dealt, right? And I don't think I have Mercy Invincibility on it either. So yeah, this is a pretty rough second fucking fight. Oh, one shot. Nice. I'm not gonna need a save. Oh dear, I can't hit it. Since I'm not gonna get my credits back to full for this fight. There we go, yeah! I didn't even clench my butt cheeks. Oh dear. My phone is low-key blowing up and I hate this. Oh, right. Oh yeah, the grenade. Let's save real quick. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's a boss. I wonder what it is. You know, the cool thing is that there are, like, the way bosses are designed, you do actually get useful. You do get, like, encounters where every kind of weapon is useful. You know, I wonder how many of you would mind if I just went, like, quiet and basked in this game's fucking great OST. Oh. Oh, okay, let's show you how saving would normally work. What's this? Oh. So, yeah. The things you see there, yeah, that thing in the lower box, that's the fucking password. There's a very good reason this game was maligned for its save system, and this is why. Because that password was much. Like, even when I eventually had a phone with a fucking camera, I would have to, like, time the shot properly, because kids these days won't remember back when cameras, like, trying to take a picture of a TV would, like, net you these strange black bars, like, over it. So yeah, you'd have to be like, I'd have to take these pictures, and then when I wanted to resume, I'd have to look down at my phone and, like, type the things back in. It wasn't good, okay? So yeah. One more thing, these weapons actually have upgrades, so, like, this is only the, you see weapon power 1, that means that it's at its base form, you know, it's at its weakest. and as you kind of pick up more instances of the weapon, you will get, well, more of you get a more powerful weapon. I think it's gonna also eat more chips, though I don't remember precisely. I don't know why, but I love those flowers. I think it's because, to my mind, they have higher chance of dropping a healing item. Should I do extra corridors as well? Well, choice has been made for me. Nothing I can do now. So yeah, and again, like one of the best aspects of this game is, hold on, I'm sorry. So yeah, I think that I've kind of summed up the game. It's only taken me like half a fucking hour to do so, but I genuinely feel like there's an aspect of kind of lonely exploration to this game, even though, you know, it's kind of like a fun arcadey thing, but to me it's also smacked of, I don't know, it felt like it was lonely in a way, because you're the only thing and everything else is trying to kill you except for the Blue Landers. Like, I don't know, it feels strangely lonely. It feels, I don't know, isolated. Oh yeah, leveling up, I don't think I mentioned, but leveling up increases your maximum health. So yeah, I don't know, it's just... So I don't know, it just kind of like instilled in me this kind of desire to play a similar style. Oh shit, what the fuck happened? Holy shit. Also, I think if you look into the lower left-hand corner of the screen above the SC, that stands for score, there is a kind of pulsing square with the same color as the ground. I'm pretty certain that that thing is moving faster the faster you are moving, though I honestly have no way to be certain for, you know, reasons. But yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of like missing a game where you have this kind of exploration style where you go in the guts of a fucking alien world and you, well, you navigate it with whatever intention that you might have. Do not ask me why they disappeared like that. Well, I mean, why they disappeared differently for this boss than the previous one. See what? Oh shit! Stack. Ah, goddammit. Okay, let's go. Oh fuck! I was using the fucking stick. But yeah, it's honestly he's no harder. The only reason, if I die, the only reason that it would be so is because I was not paying attention. And I wasn't already dodging. So yeah, it's a nice game. Actually, I think I'm gonna finish Corridors. You know what? Let's try finish Corridors 2 and 3. Cause not gonna lie, so I got myself actually The Evil Within is the first game that I have purchased for the explicit reason of playing it on stream. And I'm kind of like curious to try it out because I'm hoping for Resident Evil 4. You know, to also tide me over until Resident Evil 4's remake comes out. Oh gosh. I'm also thinking like, what else could I be talking about? Oh, this is a really cool weapon. Okay, so hold on, let me save. That weapon can only be used as a ship, and it fires a beam. I wonder if there's anything like what's in here. To remove the key, touch everywhere. Okay. See, this is like the hint that you get. And you might be asking yourself, the fuck does that mean? It's gonna be pretty clear once we eventually get there. I've always thought of this crab as an Elvis crab. The fireball's really good because it deals a lot of damage and, you know, it does it for cheap. Oh, that's a gun upgrade. Like your main weapon's attack, I think. I don't think it buffs any other, like, special weapons attack. But yeah, I can already see because those things are just popping instantly. Let's see. Yeah, see? What did I tell you? Greater chances to drop one of these hearts. I also aren't sure what that upgrade does. Oh, there's a Blue Lander shop in here, I remember. And I think... no. This looks like a different kind of flower. Wait, I gotta look this up, because I've actually... Like, I've fucking played... Okay, so, Guardian Legend pick up. Guide a walkthrough. Oh, wait. There is a wiki. A blue chip. Rapid fire. Increases Guardian's rate of fire and you hold down the main weapon up to level 5 max. Okay. So yeah, obviously we're gonna pick this one, cause like... Oh, shit. That could have been a drink can. Yeah, we're gonna pick this up, cause obviously. But now we are at 0 chips. We do not have any more chip. Mother, I desire chip. Mother, I have acquired chip. See, the way I know that like the ability to go between these is a bug is because there's areas in the game where you're supposed to kind of navigate around these, but you can just, you know, not. Okay, let's see. So, to my mind, the single most important pickups / upgrades to get are the Red Landers. And I actually do not know them by heart. Because unlike Silent Hill, unlike, I think, any game I've played outside of Depths of Sanity, and even then, because, you know, I just recently played through the entirety of it, I haven't completed this game more than once. because I used to play it as a kid, and as a kid, I got stuck at the fucking corridor. You'll know it when we see. Actually, I think it. Or imagine if I accidentally pressed load state instead of save state. Alright, so I said to touch everything. Now, in this case, that just means walk into these, and you see that they blow up, which didn't happen previously. So now it opened, and we are going to fight the next story boss. And if I recall correctly, at least each story boss is, like, individual story boss is a new form, so it's not a creature you've seen before, but side bosses are very much a case of recolored enemies, though I do think that the eye guy that I fought previously, which I've always compared to a sea urchin due to the way it looks, is... I keep killing this so fast. What the fuck is going on? Is this easy mode? But yeah, so I think that the eye guy is like, okay, so these things, right? Like, now, you know, especially when they're paused, it's pretty clear that there's some sort of annelid? Is that a term? No, I don't think that. Like one of those kind of horseshoe crab things, but like with the longer spine, and like that's clearly like a plate that is covered, and its kind of head and limbs are there at the front, you know, those thin blue lines. But to me as a kid, they always looked like genies because they're blue, like genies are, as everybody knows, like even in real life. And the plate they have looks like they're like having folded hands, which again, to my mind, it brings to mind the genie. And the fact that it also has those lines on its head, which makes it look like it has a head wrap. Kind of the turban? Is a turban the proper term? But you get what I'm saying. Yeah, that didn't help with the comparison in my young mind. So yeah, like I've said, banger of a soundtrack. See the flower that I've picked previously. Hold on, let me just use it real quick so everybody can see. Oh wait, I didn't. Oh yeah, let me show you the laser. Pretty powerful. I don't know. I find that in shmups I really like lasers. I don't know why. Like, if it's not a weapon that literally covers the screen in bullets, just give me a fucking laser weapon. You know, give me a shotgun or a laser, either or. I don't like the vanilla kind of shot. Though in this game, you know, it's strong enough that I'm fine with it. It's cool. You know, I wonder how much of this game is difficult, or lack thereof, at least at this point, stems from like the way it actually is, or it's just a case of me being just that fucking good because I've played it for, you know, fucking ages. You know, I gotta wonder. Yeah. I might just be a god at shoot 'em ups. Who knows? The nose knows. But yeah. That is Corridor 2 out of the way. That is an upgrade to the lightsaber. I probably could have shown it initially, but now it has double distance. Wait, actually, I think you can kind of see that it's made out of two segments now instead of just one. Like, you can assume that it was just one segment. See, the upgrades aren't just, you know, in stats. They actually upgrade the weapon's functionality. Now, one thing that I might I might not, is I might do the optional corridors off-stream. You know, I might do some off-screen mining, which is not something I have been for in, like, it's something that I've generally avoided with my games for, well, because I thrive off of being credible. Granted, the kind of people who, you know, would naturally not take my word probably don't care whether I'm actually showing what's going on or not. But either way, I don't know, I just like having the quote-unquote receipts. And and yeah, but in this case, like, you can probably pretty safely assume that I really don't have much to, like, basically gain by cheating off screen. I'd just be doing these because, I don't know, I like to do them. So yeah, let's go to corridor 3. Oh shit, wait, wrong way. You know, I realized I'm looking forward to a game. Normally I don't. So first off, like, no, this isn't about Resident Evil 4. See, another time, like, I killed 2 of them and I got a health drop. Well, it was a red cheap, but still. I'm kind of looking forward to a game's release called You Will Die Tonight, I think is the name. Cause it looks pretty fucking cool. That's all the reason that I need. It's this kind of survival horror deal where you... Oh wait, I gotta go down. Okay. It's this kind of survival horror deal where you have like an isometric kind of top-down view for the most of the for the like normal exploration bits. This is the forest area. Those things are supposed to be alien trees. What did I say about this game's OST, man? This is fucking great. Anyway, I don't think this is the actual... Nope. I think I just need to wait for this one. But yeah. So what did I say about this game's OST? Like, are these bangers or not? Yeah, there we go, memory. So yeah, and when you run into an enemy, because you see them on the top, but when you run into them, you engage in a, like, JRPG style switches to a first-person 3D rendition of the area you are in and all other enemies around. Just listen to this fucking music, man. Tell me it's not, like, are these not awesome musics? But yeah, and you have to, like, shoot them in a kind of schmuppy first-person perspective where you kind of keep your head on a swivel. It's pretty fucking cool. It looks great, honestly. By the way, those things, I'm assuming they're spores kind of things, but they always look like chicken legs to me. Man, I'm probably just hungry. I'm so hungry. I want peas. But yeah. Trying to not hum, but I also can't really keep quiet, let you soak in the music because of these fucking enemies. You know, once I finish this game, I'll have to look through the credits to see who is the person responsible for its music. And see if they made anything else. Yeah, I was right. That bonus enemy is a preview of this boss, and it's quite possibly one of the harshest bosses because of reasons that you might have probably already noticed. Also, unlike many other bosses, both currently quote unquote, and hold on, let me see if this doesn't work to cut. Nope. Fuck. Oh yeah, this game has a last chance hit point system. But yeah, oh dear. This is probably one of the most difficult bosses in the game, even for its relative level. Maybe even at high level? I don't know. Because you can't replenish your health, and those DNA strand things it keeps shitting out are just fucking vicious, man. And this is true even later on when you do refight it as a sort of mini boss. Oh shit, wrong button. So yeah. I mentioned that I started watching Breaking Bad. I'm currently, I think, at I think 2 episodes after Down, and I remember specifically the name of the episode Down because it was holy fucking shit. I haven't had an episode that has made me feel actually bad, physically depressed in media in a very long while. I felt emotional. I felt kind of sad about character deaths and shit like that. But just I don't know, feeling the human misery hasn't happened in a long while in media that I've seen. So that was a bit of a moment for me. I have a question. Would you guys be interested? Because thanks to a friend of mine, I've joined a server where one of the owners has started building his own system called Full Success. It's honestly feels kind of like a Powered by the Apocalypse kind of deal, because here's how it works. And the stated goal is to have like your character not be a chosen one, but like still facing, you know, super uncommon situations, you know, common people, uncommon journeys. And the basic gist of it is that you have like 4 stats that govern your character's capabilities, and they never change. Like the way you have them at start is how they all start. It's played with d6s. Basically what you do is it's also pretty heavily roleplay based, and our DM does like, fucking hell, man, this thing's vicious. Our DM's also added some of his own homebrew, but basically the gist of it is like your character has 4 stats, right? You have physique, you have agility, you have social, and intellect. And each of them has a score from 1 to 4, and you need to have at least 1 in each of them. And you have a total of, give me a seconds, 9 points to disperse. So, you know, technically speaking, you have 5 points, and you start with 1 in each of them. So here's how it, generally speaking, works. You have your abilities, and then you have like, I think, 7 points to dole out among up to 7 skills. And when like you have to do a check, you roll a number of dice equal to a number of d6s equal to 2 plus the skill and plus the level of the skill. So for example, if I have a character with like the character that I made is like this big beefy boy who's supposed to be like a physical powerhouse, even though, because here's the thing, right? And this is something that I feel would be remiss of me to not state clearly, but this game is the kind of game, like the way that combat is done, or is at least intended to be done, is so that combat is as distressing and as concerning and as undesirable as it is in real life. Like, you don't want to just go in fucking swinging. So so combat really isn't like that much of a focus, but you know, I was kind of aware of that, and I still made my character kind of like the physically capable character of the party, you know. And it's not just like in combat, which is why the bronze stat, while it does govern some aspects of combat, it doesn't just govern that. This motherfucker. But yeah. So I have a 2 in brawn, a 3 currently, and I'll explain how that happened later. Alright, I should probably take the hint and go grab some more shit. Yeah, I just got sent back to the last save space. Actually, I think I'm gonna call it here today. I do plan to do like 4 streams at most. But yeah, I'm just gonna wander around here, see if I can find some more upgrades. Cause holy fucking shit, I'm certain there is a defense upgrade. I think those flowers have a guaranteed heart drop. But yeah. So like I've said, my character had a 2 in brawn starting out, which is, you know, pretty good. Like, your character's stats basically go something like 0 is just like, like just like everybody else. Maybe you suck a bit at it. 1 is, you've kind of gotten the basic gist of it, and so on and so forth. They can grow, technically speaking, infinitely, but you'll see immediately what that means. My character has a 1 in agility, 4 in physique, 3 in social, and 1 in intellect. He's pretty daft, he's pretty prone to like acting impulsively. And I want him to do something physical, like for example, heaving a boulder out of the way, or like we did last night, restrain someone. That will mean that I make a check with my brawn dice. That means that I roll a number of dice equal to 2 plus my brawn score, which is my brawn skill level, which is also 2, so that's 4 dice in total. Each die roll on a d6 that is lower than my ability score in the stat governing the skill in which I'm rolling, so for brawn it is physique, is considered a success. And based on the numbers of successes that you get, you may succeed or not, or you may succeed to a certain degree. Now, with that in mind, the game is currently tentatively called Full Success because of the full success mechanic. So the full success mechanic happens when, well, you get a full success, like all of your dice are a success, which obviously gets less likely the more you level up in a skill. But whenever you get a full success, what happens is that you I think, as like by the raw currently, it's that you either get back focus points, which focus points are points that you recover like 1 per kind of short rest, what would be considered a short rest in D&D, and you have a maximum equal to the like top three highest leveled skills in your arsenal. And you can also use focus, and whenever like you actively cast magic, you also consume focus points equal to the number of successes specifically. Right. So, what happens is that if all of your dice are a success, you either recover all of your FP like immediately up to your maximum, or you gain a level in the skill. And what I really fucking love about this piece of design is that it can allow for character, like emergent character evolution, because like your character kind of develops on their own as you get the full successes. And the reason why I started talking and explaining this is that last night my character became stronger by breaking an old man's finger. Because here's what was going on. We were fighting. We were chasing this hooded figure, which we later figured out I was kind of an old-ish guy. And oh god, this thing is pummeling me. What the no, please. Yeah, there we go, defense. Alright, I think we're going to call it here today. There we go. For 100 chips. That's good enough. But yeah. And like my character, and also kind of I out of character, lost patience with him smuggling to us while he was capped. He was like, here's what we're gonna do. And I didn't want to immediately resort to violence because this is something that players usually do, and I am not keen on it because, but I just decided, because I thought it would be fucking hilarious to have him just like, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna let me go because we trusted you. The thing is that they were trying to send us away. Like, it was pretty clear that, they were getting rid of us. And so while he was mugging, to just like fucking break his pinky finger, just like while he was mugging, just suddenly have like a crack, a beat of silence, and then the dude starting to scream out. I don't know. I feel like it's fucking hilarious when people just crumble like that after smugging. But yeah, and the DM had me roll a brawn check for doing that. And I rolled a full success, which by our DM's rules does both. Like it both levels up your skill and gives you your FP back. So pretty fucking cool. And yeah, my character just went like, I'm bored with this guy, and broke his finger. Because here's the thing, right? I don't have any patience for characters who are fucking kidnapped, and they can't walk the walk. Like if they're gonna be tough guys, then let's establish, if they're gonna act tough, let's establish an environment where they're free to act tough, and then see if they can still act tough if it's an actual challenge. Because yeah. So yeah, my character grew beefier by just breaking a fucking old man's finger. I found that hilarious. Oh yeah, the way our DM does magic, and I don't know if I probably should reserve a bit of time to explain kind of the rules of character building in Full Success. Because I'm not even that good. I haven't fully mastered the system myself, because I'm just a player, and everybody knows that players are fucking dipshits starting out. You only really master a system once you become a DM. And currently I'm a dipshit. I'm just trying to avoid being the typical kind of player where oh, it's a game, I can just do whatever I want. I try to keep a balance between being playing my character, going a bit out of my way to be a bit of a troublemaker, because it's fun, let's be real, creating a bit of chaos, and also being a decent fucking player. But yeah, Full Success is still in kind of beta. Maybe I don't know, maybe if this video gets attention, or Full Success gets some attention through this video for any reason, I can convince the creator, the designer, to send my way something that I can put in here so people can look into it themselves. Though again, this is assuming that the game is even available to the public, because at the moment I'm not so sure. But hey, nothing bad about building a bit of hype for the homies, right? It's a cool system. I like it. It works if what you're looking for isn't specifically a high fantasy Tolkien-esque adventure, where you swing a sword and kill. And if you're more of a theater kid, especially if you're not looking for a for a tabletop role-playing game specifically, you're looking for a tabletop role-playing system. It works. It's got its ups, it's got its downs. It works perfectly fine for what the DM wants it to. The designer seems to want it to be. So yeah, I'm glad. I'm happy with it, if I'm being completely honest, because it's got. Oh god, I'm trying to not make it sound like I'm advertising for it, because I'm not. I'm just gushing about the smart elements of design within a system, because the way the system is designed, it's classless, right? Which I actually talked with the DM about this last night, because it's got its ups, it's got its downs. If you have a very, very specific image of an OC that you want to create, you can do so within the system. Because my character is basically kind of so he's a pugilistic earthbender, right? So he's got earth magic, and he's big and strong and fast, and he can protect his allies, and he can use stone to do shit, which is fucking cool. How do you do that in D&D? How do you do that? Outside of heavily reflavoring a stone sorcerer, I guess, and their weaponry, you really can't. Which is, what makes this system so cool. And the fact that the character can also kind of develop on their own through full successes, which are outside of your control, is pretty good. Though, admittedly, I do gotta say, I'm not certain. Maybe this is not necessarily the case, but I'm not so certain about the like the kind of complete element of luck towards towards development. But then I guess this is the concession of like gamifying something, because um, like realistically speaking, and this is something he explained. What you would do to like get stronger, you would just do things that required your strength, and you train your strength, right? But realistically speaking, your strength would build up over time. Like yeah, it's got its ups, it's got its downs. It's not like you there aren't criticisms of like there is lack of criticism towards it, but it's also really fucking good, especially like I've said, if you have this very specific idea of a character and how they should work. Now I am going to end the stream here. Fuck, I really want to play Evil Within. God damn it. I'm sticking with this, but god damn. Um, but yeah, uh, I'm gonna stop the stream here because I gotta go eat. Because ever since I went on this goddamn diet, I feel hungry around well, not lunch, around eating time, I guess, and that's both good and bad. But now it's good because it requires my immediate attention. So yeah, that's it. See you folks in the next one. Oh god, that's the trash taste outro.